Hello and welcome to part 27 of my Let's Play series of videos for Dwarf Fortress. This is your host, Sippy Cup, and let's see what's going on in my fortress now. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I've kind of tried to stay away a little bit from going into too much detail on, the kind of tutorial aspects of the game from now on. If I come across something that I haven't really touched on in any depth, I'll probably devote a little bit of time to it, but for the most part, I'm just kind of trying to play the game, like I would normally and see how far I can get before fun overwhelms me. So let's see, where are we at now? So outdoors, everything looks pretty similar. We've got a caravan out here now. I built a depot outside because I do not care if these guys get mercilessly slaughtered. Doesn't really matter to me. Let's see, we got a bunch of traps here. I think that was there before. I built an archery range outside, and I've got some archery dwarves in a squad. Let's see. These guys, the unswerving bodices. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I just cannot get these guys to practice their archery. I've gone and I've tried almost everything. So if you are a pro at getting Marksdwarves to practice archery, please, for the love of God, respond in the comments and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Let me just kind of go over what I've done, and maybe you can help me. Alright, so let's see. I got a squad here. There's only 4 guys right now, and they should all have the proper equipment. Let's take a look. So they all have leather armor and crossbows. All 4 of them. There's only 4 right now. And let's see, the schedule. See these guys, I have them training. It's them right there with a minimum of 2, so at any given time only 2 of them need to be training, but more could be training. Alright, let's go look outside. And I've got all of these designated as all of these things for the guys. And let's see, I should have the direction right, top to bottom for all of them. Boop, boop, boop. There's supposed to be at least 1 space between them, should be far enough apart. And I've got another one up here that's in this direction. I tried putting an ammo stockpile near them, and no dice. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe they need to have their own bed that I designate a barracks from. I'm not sure, but I mean, I have these things. I don't know if they'll just sleep on the ground out by this or what. Anyway, if you know what I'm doing and I'm being retarded, please let me know, because I've been looking around online trying to find the answer for why my guys aren't training, and well, I can't figure it out. So, all right, onward we go. So let's see. Been having some combat with lots of goblins. Goblins have been trying to sneak into my fortress, and they usually get caught up on these traps. I had some fun. I should have filmed this looking back, but I didn't. Sorry. But I actually made a nice little room here to house goblins in cages, and a lever which I can activate to open their cages. So I just get my military dwarves, my axe guys, to come in here, and I just basically give them a move order, move direct order, and then I have somebody come up here and pull this lever, the cage is open, and my axe dwarves go to town. It hasn't really been great for increasing their skill, since the goblins basically die in like a second. They get chopped up. All of my axe dwarves now have mostly steel armor. They have steel helms, shields, battle axes, breastplates, and I'm working on greaves now. Let's see, I don't remember if they actually got made. Let's check their inventory and take a look here. So we got steel breastplate. He's got a bronze cap for some reason. Steel battle axe. Steel shield, steel greaves. Yeah, okay, so looking pretty good. And let's see, there's a brass monkey. He has steel battle axe, shield. Yeah, looking good. Cool. So let's see, what else is new here? Yep, farm. I built a couple extra plots just to increase food production. I'd have to check and see how many dwarves I'm up to right now. I think it's about 60. Let me know if you want me to do more regular updates. I think I played for at least a few hours in between the last video I did, and I haven't really done too much of note I had a few cool legendary artifacts get made, and I fortunately did not lose anybody to moods, although I almost did. And actually, I'll get back to that because that's a pretty cool story. I got something pretty neat out of it. This, if you're looking at this thing here, you might be wondering what this is. Well, I was afraid it's a suicide machine. I was afraid that one of my dwarves, when he got possessed and was asking for bones, I was afraid that he needed dwarf bones. So I basically built a suicide machine. What you have here is basically 3x3 tiles, which are held up by one support here. This support is linked to a lever. I was thinking that I could just get somebody killed in a cave-in, and then eventually I'd be able to get bones from him. I think if somebody stood here, because it's not technically under this thing, they might just get a little bit of damage, but I was hoping that, the path of least resistance would be to come and get it from this side, and then they would get caught by the corner of the cave-in. Anyway, so this will be here to maybe, I don't know, kill a noble. Maybe I'll put a noble's bed in here so that, he can have an unfortunate accident with a suicide machine. If you're wondering where all of these goods came from, because I have a hell of a lot more than I did before, I may or may not have seized goods from the caravan. I was having a rough time. I feel bad about this, but I really needed food bad, and the rest of the stuff was just a bonus. So yeah, let's see, other new buildings. I've got a loom up here. I've got some captured buzzards and goblins, groundhog. Let's look at artifacts. Artifacts, they're pretty neat. So let's see. The first one I got was actually the scepter, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I believe the scepter was the first one I got. Dehelmtuner, the incidental style, a chert scepter. It's kind of neat. It's a chert scepter with rage of voicing the iron animal trap. Oh yeah, this is funny. So, sorry, the animal trap was the first one I made. I made a legendary animal trap. This scepter actually has an image of the animal trap on it. So I have a legendary with a legendary on it. It's one of those like, yo dog, I heard you like legendaries, so I put legendaries on your legendaries so you can be awesome while you're awesome. I don't know, however that goes. So, let's see what else I got here. I got a bituminous coal table, which is cool, I guess. It's worth 6,000 dwarf bucks. It's a bituminous coal table. It's encrusted with banded agate and encircled with bands of ash. It menaces with spikes of bituminous coal. And I don't think it's actually getting used right now, I'm not sure. It's probably it right there. And let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, there was one more. This is the cool one. This cool named Goblin bone helm. So this is what happened, like, I ended up not needing to use a suicide machine because my guy finally ran outside, and I was like, oh good, he got what he needed, and he brought it back. And then I checked the materials, and he's like, whoa, he's using a goblin skull, and it turned out that he made this goblin bone helm. So now it should be equipped by, one of these guys. Some of these guys are named after something awful foreigners. And let's see if I can find the leader of them. Ah yeah, it's Twitchy. Let's see, let's go look at him. And what does he got? Oops, I screwed it up. There, let's see. There it is, yeah. So he's got the crazy named Goblin bone helm on. He must be pretty imposing. Let me go back upstairs for a second here. Yeah, that's most of what's new here. It's got a still basically pumping out booze non-stop. What kind of stocks I got? Plenty of seeds. Oh, I'm running low on drinks. I better check on what's going on there. Got lots of other food and some plants and stuff. I guess I better start pumping out drinks. This is a little worrisome. You can see all of the guys I have. A lot of miners and axe dwarves, swords dwarves, wrestlers, and recruits. And let's go downstairs a little bit here. Oh yeah, I built a hospital. I don't know if I pointed that out before. A hospital with a well and a little office that is assigned to my chief medical dwarf so that he'll always hang out here. Although he's not there for some reason now, he's probably eating. This is still just kind of an unused area at the moment. And then this is my kind of living quarters slash dining room. It needs to be expanded pretty badly. It's quite small for the number of dwarves that I have, but as you might notice from the picture, this entire area has been smoothed and engraved. The reason I did this is because I had a dwarf get a mood, and it resulted in him becoming a legendary engraver. So now if I go inspect, I got all kinds of, masterpiece engravings. So I got golden sprayed. This guy comes up a lot. This is like the crowning achievement of my fortress right now, is this fucking iron animal trap this guy made. Apparently it's a pretty big deal. Anyway, if I go look at any, these random engravings, I bet you a bunch of them are about that, since it's the most interesting thing that's happened so far. What's this? He's being shot. Okay. He got shot by an unknown creature. Yeah, so basically even the floor is engraved and smoothed. And I've got a statue I made. It is a sterling silver statue. Pretty slick. I've also got a mascot. This is kind of weird. I noticed this. I was looking in the dining room. There's a buzzard down here. This is not a tame buzzard. It's just a buzzard. And I don't know, I guess he's healing because his body was dented before. It said he was dented, but I don't know. I think he's just been adopted by my fortress now because he just hangs out down here and nobody fights him. Just buzzard. I don't know. It's not tame. It's just hanging out. Let's see what else. This is my bookkeeper's office here. I know this is in desperate need of expansion. So probably I'm going to build some more rooms like up here and down here and on either side of the dining room, which will probably end up getting expanded. A shame because it's all nice and smooth. I'll make it significantly bigger. And let's see, let's keep going down. Oh yes, I found a cavern system. I had dwarves stationed out here, my axe dwarves, because I was going to train them up by fighting whatever is down here, but apparently there's nothing down here. So I'm just collecting all kinds of cave spider silk and junk. And yeah, it's pretty uneventful right now. There's like giant toad and like a crocodile down here somewhere, but for now I'm just trying to get a bunch of trees cut down here. It's a lot more convenient than running outside, I think, because they're all nice and clumped together. And that is about it. I haven't really missed a whole bunch. I haven't really gone down too much farther. And yeah, I'll probably end up exploring around here some more and see if I can get into any good fights. My axe dwarf is like a skill level 5 now. I don't remember what that is, like adept or something. So he's training and teaching my other axe dwarves how to be better axe dwarves. But yeah, just a quick recap here. I think, yeah, I mean, I pretty much haven't really lost any dwarves, I think, I'm aware of. It's been pretty uneventful. Another thing that I kind of want to try doing is making an alternate entrance to the fort that uses the river to basically supply water for an automated drowning trap. Kind of the idea I have would be, so when I close off the gate, the ambush or siege would have nowhere to go, so they just would hang around. But if you have an alternate entrance lined with traps and stuff, you can get them to just go in there and then deal with them that way. So what I intended to do is put, entrance to a hallway, or like downstairs right about here, and then in this area right here do, kind of like a maybe 2x2 corridor, and then I would have a pressure plate in the middle, which when triggered would close off floodgates at both ends of the hall, and then it would basically just be a matter of linking up a lever to open another floodgate and flood that chamber. That would cause them to drown, and then I could have another lever linked to another floodgate, which would have a drainage channel, and I would dig another level or two down to have that water run off nice and easily, and make sure to have grates covering the outflow so that their loot, their sweet, sweet, delicious goblinite doesn't wash away in the water that goes out of the room. So that's kind of my tentative plan. I'm hoping it comes to fruition. I'll definitely film that in action if I am able to activate it. And that's it. Until next time.